Okay, and then we're gonna start. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. I used to teach at Santa Clara University here in Silicon Valley. I started a few companies with some successful exits, and now I'm at Tickeron, really focusing at what I like the most, which is artificial intelligence and trading, investing, and everything around that. Okay. So a few words about Tickeron. Okay. First of all, it is a SEC registered company. And that's a somewhat a big deal for us because we cannot sell you any BS, simply saying. Some people can, and it's actually what's going on right now in the market. It is somewhat controversial with the GameStop. I will talk about that a little bit, but from my perspective, it's a clear pump and dump type of a strategy some people use, and some people get lucky, some people are not going to get lucky. And from that perspective, SEC is protecting the people against pump and dump strategies. But these days, it's a kind of controversial, okay? Here we do not sell anything like that. We really sell you solid stuff. And if you want to find out if any company is registered with SEC, then you have to find the form ADV Part 2 in the legal part of the website. Like, for instance, example, Betterman have a ADV Part 2, so that means they are registered, okay? So you are here because of algorithms, and it is quite a sophisticated world these days that allows people to trade with algorithms. And if you don't have any platform to use, you might be at loss. You're going to be like a trend chaser. So some people did buy GameStop at whatever it was, $300. Now it's 190. So some of them lost third, and that's the dangers of the pump and dump strategies. Okay, it cannot stay in the stratosphere forever. Okay, so that's where algorithms really help. And here is a good saying: you try to become as robotic as possible when you're trading. It eliminates emotions. Yes, it doesn't allow you to get into the casino, right? So these days, this GameStop is a real casino, and I'm surprised that all of people are protecting these casinos. But that's what it is. It is our world these days. Okay. So what I'm going to cover today, really basics of a trading plan. Even today's world, you have to have a plan, and you will see what it is. I will tell you what we mean by odds of trading success, how we calculate that. Then I will tell you about the trend groups. As soon as I will tell you this introduction, then I will show you how to find those groups. And by the way, we can identify some of the groups where GameStop belongs to, or AMC. We will see how it can be done at our website, and you will see whether or not there are other stocks are just about to blow up. Okay, and so I will show you here and here everything what we have. Okay, so let's start. So trend continued. This is a classical example where people just made a lot of money on a GameStop. So for instance, stock goes up and you just simply bet it's going to continue to go up. It's a reasonable strategy, but it doesn't always work that way. Okay, you have to know whether or not from that point it's going to continue and what are the chances. Okay, that some other people like to buy on the dip. The same thing, you see, it goes up a little bit down and then up. The question is, what are the chances going to go up? We have some strategies of really suggesting some direction as soon as it goes through the breakout point. You see, it crosses particular line, price line, and then goes up. Okay, this is a trend reversal strategy where all beginners trying to find this particular point and lose most of the money, and it's the most dangerous strategy of all. Why? Because if it goes down, there's a very good chance it's going to continue to go down. Okay, so this is the bullish type of strategy. This is a similar bearish type of strategies, and trend reversal strategies are the most dangerous. Okay, so now, how to find out whether or not that trend is going to continue, how to find out whether or not this thing is going to happen. Okay, so we introduced the concept odds of success. So what we do, we say, okay, let's assume we want to test this type of strategy, trading on a dip, for particular stock. It must be for particular stock. It must be a particular strategy. And what we do, we go to the past and see the similar things. Okay, so we identified 4, and as you can see, just in this example, success 1, failure, success, success, 3 out of 4, 75% of success. That's a simplification of the backtesting, but that's what we do when we create signals, right? And that's when we create some analysis for the groups, and that's what we do pretty much every night, calculating millions of different strategies, and then we show you only those which have a good odds of success, right? So if it is less than 50%, we just don't show you. What's the point to look at the signals which have really poor odds, okay? Okay, now, what are the trend group analysis? It is analysis of the movements in herds, okay? So when you have this herd, then the chances this particular ship is going to go together with the herd very high, right? Why? Because this movement is very correlated, right? So if signal from left, right, so they move left, right, pretty much all together. Very rarely they move separately, okay? And that's what we do by analyzing what's going on, okay? So now let's look at what we have here on our website. So this is our homepage. There's another homepage actually you can find right here. So typically you might see this one as a homepage, but if you want to switch to another homepage, then you simply let me do it like that. Okay, so that's what you really see right now, okay, or you could have seen. But what you can do, you can switch to another homepage here and say, okay, now your homepage is this one, and that help page, the very first page became the help page, okay, just for the simplicity of understanding, okay? So now, some people like to trade stocks, some people like to trade penny stocks. So if you add there the entire site and now reconfigured to include penny stocks, if you want to include cryptos, it's going to add cryptos to the mix, okay? So now, let's look at what we have here on the free trade signals. As you can see, we do analyze quite a lot of stocks, and let's say this Heartland Financial, chances of going up is 76%. Why? Because the Bollinger Signal, right? So let's assume you don't know anything about Bollinger Bands. You click here, okay, and now it really shows you how it is calculated and how it works. You can read this immediately and get really familiar with everything about the signal, right? So if you look at another one, this one is just 3 months gain on the News Corp, okay? Yeah, I think owner of the Fox News. So let's see, the Embedded Bank Corporation, the chances you see it's going to go down, right? Based on the moving averages, right? So this is a good example, okay? So let's go back. So let's assume you want to read a little bit more. You click here, and then it tells you that 76 came out of where. So we found 41 similar cases, and 31 of them really continued to go as predicted based on the Bollinger signals, okay? So this is a really good way to start. And what you can do, you can just click here, make a paper trade. And that way you're going to be able, let's say, buy, record it in your paper trades. And that way you're going to be able to learn how to trade on papers and then see what works for you and then figure out what's good, what's bad, okay? If you wanted to read more about this particular signal, you click, and now you have a really full article which is analyzing everything which is here, and then it gives you technical analysis, fundamental analysis. Like for instance, in fundamental analysis, you see we're looking at the advancing to declining volumes. You see it's more buyers than sellers. And then you see that's moving up. That's what contributes to the positive direction, even though some of the indicators show negative directions, okay? But that's quite interesting, okay? So now this is the basics, and now let's look at the way you can find the groups, okay? So one way is simple one. You go here or on the first page, uh, right here, you see, let's say you can find it, this window, and then either in ideas, you have the similar window, or right here, let's call it GameStop, right? So we're gonna here and let's get all signals for GameStop and then see what happens. And let's talk about the groups. That was the topic, okay? So as you can see, what's our recommendation? Our recommendation is still buy. Why? Because it's kind of moving up. But as you can see, it was in the middle of December when there was the last signal was produced, and actually we would have catch all this hype for this particular company, right? Now, so how this page is set up, you can look at the, as I said, you see 347 was a closing, it went to as high as right here and went down for 43% today. So this is a real pump and dump territory. And let's look at this one. You see, this is a classical pump and dump. Boom, boom, and that's going to continue to go down, okay? It's very easy to get caught, particularly when you get some restrictions of buy or sell. So all people who bought it right here, then you see it could have lost, okay? So why this software says buy? Because I think it has some understanding that it's a lot of stuff was turned around, okay, and I'm thinking tomorrow it might continue to go up, even though it's a pump and dump. Typically, there's another bump up here and then all the way down, okay. So now let's look whether or not there are some other groups of stocks, because today's topic is about groups, right? So it's right here in this blue field. As you can see, it belongs to electronic and appliances store and belongs to the video theme and the gaming theme, okay? And this is a correlation. So that means how well this stock correlated to these groups. It's well correlated to the electronic appliances, not so well in the video, okay? So how you can find out what's going on with this? What you do, you click here. Now you see another blue field, and now you can transfer that to anywhere you want on our website, to any other module. So you can create portfolio, you can send it to screener. That's what we're gonna do. You can look in the scanner. Scanner, it's intraday data. If market is open, then it's better to look at here. Look at the signals for all of them, scorecard for the group. You can make a paper trade for the entire group and look at the community predictions, trend predictions, and other premium products, okay? So let's look what's going on with the group, like a scorecard for the entire group, okay? By sending all these stocks there, we see strong buy for the entire group, okay? You see, even for the entire group, advancing versus declining volumes 12-1. That's how many buyers versus sellers. Okay, that's quite a lot. So what's that company, BBY? Best Buy. Yes, that's true. Yeah, you see, there was a so Best Buy is the strong buy. KSP and was a KPSP and Caspian Holdings. Okay, and you see that, and that's what this type of things show, that quite often, even one company like this one goes up, a lot of them trying to kind of mimic the same movement, okay? And that's how you can make a first step in analyzing the group, right? So let's look at that another theme. Difference between industry and theme is that this is a kind of a industry-wide known in the financial industry. It's a split, but in the video it's another. So let's look and move it to the screener, for instance, right? So now I can look and see all of these stocks in the screener. As you can see, GameStop on the very top, but look, some other similar companies really moved very high. Look, so you see, when you find one stock, you can immediately find similar stocks in the same industry with one click. You see what we did? So let's say, you know, there is a hype on a GameStop, right? You come here and find another group of stocks which could be moving in a similar manner. That's what it does, okay? So as you can see, costs moved almost 2,000% within a year. Let's look within a month, okay? You see, it's also, this one within a month, the cost moved even higher than the GameStop, and nobody talks about that one. You see, others also moved quite a lot, okay? So you see, just knowing one stock, I discovered a group which is moving pretty well, okay? So now the question is how to find, so I knew the stock, I found the group, right? And let me show you how I can create and let's say watch list with that. Let me train you a little bit. So what I can do, I can click here, let's say 20, and now again, this blue bar is activated, and I can do whatever I want and move it to, let's say, create a watch list for tomorrow, okay? So for instance, I can click here, add the new, and then I will type it here, 21, oh, I'm sorry, 28 and 21. From the idea is what GameStop, okay? Boom, and its watch list is created. I can come tomorrow and then open that watch list and then see what's going on. Okay, so how I can do that? You see, this is a list of my watch lists. So let me reload to get to that list. Okay, so you see these are my watch lists. Okay, you see this one, I should have put 01. So I can open that tomorrow as a now watch list. Okay, and I have pretty much the same information which I had in the screener, but now we can click on the scanner, and what is important now, this watch list is going to show me what would have happened if I would have bought at the moment I opened that watch list. Okay, so like for instance, let's open any other watch list I was creating over this webcast. So for instance, 0514, May 14, I'm going to open this. Okay, and then click on a scanner. You see, this is the watch list I created, 900%, 1600%, whatever, 300%, 600%, right? So these are the information about the current situation. So as you can see, even though Tesla is moving up, for whatever reason, our AI says it's time to sell. But this one still buy, and this one is new is also sell, even though they're moving pretty hard up. But it is real. The way you read that, you see, a face score, it is fundamental analysis score, it's technical analysis score. So how you can look at this, you see, this one new, it's all red. Technical analysis is all red. So, okay, maybe NEO reached to the point of the ceiling, and the same thing with Tesla. Okay, yes, a lot of people got burned on Tesla, but sooner or later it's going to go down anyway, and that's their call. Okay, so now I showed you how to create this. How to create these watch lists, and then I can move the same list, click here, to the scanner, which is going to give even more information intraday. As you can see, it's going to show you intraday data, the same track. Here you can use view the news, why it's moving up or down, right? Now, what you can do also, you can, let's say, find out, so I see the question, do you recommend have a, how long to hold? Yeah, what we have to watch in the change of recommendation. So we don't say how long to hold. As long as rating doesn't change, you can continue to hold. Okay. We right now designing into the like alert system. So for instance, here on every position, you're going to have alert. As soon as you change this position from, let's say, buy to hold a sell, so you're going to get alert. So it's coming up soon. We're working on that, and it's going to be really convenient tool to get a notification when it changed the rating, okay, or recommendation. So let's say, I will just show you one example on our premium tools. So for instance, you can find trend prediction, pattern search engine, real-time patterns. So if you do day trading, then real-time patterns is good. So right now, moving all these five stocks and then finding all patterns. So AI goes and find all existing patterns and then gives statistics, as you can see in descriptions of patterns, and as well as you see a confidence level, target to entry, target to exit, and it can make, let's say, 8% on you, okay? So that's a convenient way to see that, okay? So now I kind of gave you the direction of a story from one stock to the group, okay? So now let me show you something which no screener on the market has. I think in only our screener has that. So we do provide screening of groups, and that's where you can find something very interesting, okay? So you go to screener and then screener home, and you're gonna get here in the group trends, okay? So now how to find the trending stocks, okay? So it's not stocks, it's trending groups, right? So let's say 1 week change. Okay, now let's see. You remember video, right? But it turns out that within a week, some of the groups actually had even better performance than the group of video appliances, okay? So in order to see that, you already have seen that group video, you click here, and now you can again move it to any part of our system that list. Let's say you want to go and look inside. You go to the screener, right? From screener to screener, and that way you now have the same type of a presentation, but now you're moving from the group to individual stocks, okay? So you can also, you see, I sorted by this type of gains, but as you can see, stores, so 16 stocks, okay? And then a rating by for the entire group now, right? So you can see 16 stocks, and I can also look in the screener and look what's going on. What are the you see, these are the stocks, and then in order to get the rating, you get here, and you will see what we think about what's going on, okay? But one of the things you could see, it is 1 year or 1 month of the insider trading information, which is quite important when you make any decision what's going on, okay? So fundamental analysis, it's not a topic about like telling you everything about here, but you can read, let's say, valuation, we're giving you overvalued, fair valued, and undervalued ratings for the stock, okay? So this one definitely overvalued. Profit versus risk, and some other ratings. These are technical analysis. You see, we calculating pretty much all known and well-known indicators and do the back testing. And how you read that? You see, this signal for a rune indicator, if you don't know, then it's a really good reminder right here, was today. So that signal was today, 86% chance it's going to go continue up. Then, but that was today, right? So I was always interested in the question, okay, the signal was MACD 6 days ago. What are the chances? And we still do the good back testing and then give you the chances 6 days ago, 7 days ago, because that signal momentum was 7 days ago, okay? So that's how you read that. So now, what you can do, you can really click here and see what's going on a buy. I don't see strong buys, kind of very weird, but that's what it is. It shows, but there are quite a lot of strong sells, right? So you see, so for instance, you can see furniture, orphan, skincare, really kind of turning around. Pharmaceuticals going down is a strong sell. Australia stocks don't look good, right? So that's how you get a theme where you can understand what's going on and which group to choose from, okay? So you can say, okay, well, what are the buys? Here are the buys, okay? Single family homes, wow, okay. So that means there is more activity on the single family. Stores, okay, we've seen already stores. Faang, you remember what Faang is? It is a Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, right? It's 5 stocks, and it's still buy even though they moved COVID-19 vaccine, right? Okay, it's within a year it reached 550 as a group of 6 stocks, and it's still buy rating. Okay, so that's where you get some kind of an idea of what's moving up, what's moving down, and what are the ratings. And from that perspective, you can pick and choose the theme, which is a really part of your trading plan, right? So, but in this case, I will do this one, and then I know that GameStop belongs to the video, and that way, if I see these ones, so I'll just simply click here, and then look at the stores, like, or let's look at the audience. 17 stocks, they're moving really well, and I'm gonna look at here. Okay, so you see, there's a lot of activities going on in this sector in stores. So that means it's not a bad group to look at, right? So that's how you discover all those groups, and then see how well these groups are correlated to. Okay. So one of the strategy we use, and now I'm going to move to the topic of, as I promised, topic of our robots. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of described to you some sense how to use our services and work yourself through this information. But what we did, we created like robots without human involvement. So we give them instruction. Okay, look at the groups, look at that, look at this. Okay, so then one of the strategy in one of the groups of robots, we have we call it as a gap trading. Okay, so typical definition of a gap is this one, like when end of the day, and now stock is going to go down at the beginning of the day, and then you see it didn't close the gap, it went down, right? But this time around, it was again gap down, but went up and closed the gap. Okay, this is a classical definition of the gap. However, what we do in the creation of our robots, in one of the set of strategies, we look at this type of gap analysis between group and a stock. Okay, so the theory goes like that. If that group goes all together, right? So then you might end up with a lost ship. So it's kind of ship kind of went outside of the group, and there is a gap, right? Because they should be going together, but this is a gap. And what we do with one groups of robots, we discover these gaps and trade. So this one went down, we traded up. So what means we bought it long, and with the expectation is going to join this group, because that ship is highly correlated to this group, right? And that means it must come here. So if you buy here, sooner or later it's going to come closer, and that's going to be your gain, right? Or it's opposite. If it went very high up and the group stays, we short it and it's going to go down, right? Let's look at some of these robots. So you go here, trading, AI robots, and then let's look at the so-called gap traders. So we have different type of technologies in our possession. And let's say we have trailing traders. You see doing well, particularly lately. Trailing traders are those robots where they get in a position and then stay in a position with the trailing stops, okay? This is a swing robots where it's different between day trading robots and swing traders, okay? So now let's look at how the gap trading works lately. You see pair trading strategy, gap traders, okay? So let's look inside. I'll show how it works. You see, this is a description, and that gives you pretty much a brief description of, of what I just told you. And as you can see, we say, okay, we're looking at the gap of 6%, then scanning about 107 stocks and for less than $20. And now let's look inside. Okay. So you see the annualized return is 66, maximum open position 22. As you can see, the guessing game is 65%, average profit 261, which is a 2.5%, 2.6%. Why? Because we always, for the purposes of simulation, we always put 10,000, always, okay? Just for the purposes of simulation of robots. Robots doesn't choose how much money to put. So that way, if you cannot trade 10,000, let's say you can trade 1,000, definitely it's going to be easy to calculate how many shares to buy and to sell, okay? So as you can see, now, you see it did enter today to a position, one long position, one short. As you can see, on the short position already made some money, about 3% for just today, because 128, right? So it did enter 11 hours ago, when at 9:45, pretty much in the middle of the day. This one at the very end of the day. So that means it keep going down, but it figure out it might go up. And you can check it, what's going to happen with these two positions. You can always click here and you see Nordstrom, right? Okay. So Nordstrom and CCL, Carnival Cruises, okay? And that's how this played. It's played like that. So it did find the Carnival, all Carnival cruises, right? Then it found that, I'm sorry, all cruise lines, okay? And then Carnival Cruises is here, and it did buy. Is that correct? No, Carnival Cruises shorted, so that means it was above the crowd, above the herd. This one ended up going very far down, okay? And the expectation is going to join the herd because the herd looks like didn't move, right? Why don't we look at that? So it's Nordstrom. Click here. Now we're going to see everything about Nordstrom, okay? So you know that store, okay? So let's look at this. Highly correlated stocks, 86%. So you see, this is a special group where it doesn't have a name, it's just simply highly correlated stocks. And then I will click here. And then now I can see all of these stocks, 13 stocks, let's say, in the screener, okay? So now I see what's going on right here, okay? So I also can do the following. You see what I can do? I can find out whether or not the scorecard for all the stocks is good or bad, okay? So hold, it's kind of a mix. So it means it's kind of still advancing better than declining. It's okay, okay? So we're here. Yeah, you see, this is all stocks which are going to the group, and looks like they are in So here you're gonna see and analyze the entire group, okay, out of Nordstrom, okay. So what I did, I took this and then calculated 6% of the gap between the stock and the group, and with expectations gonna join the group sooner or later. So let's look at the Carnival Cruises. So it's shorted. So we're gonna go here. Okay. So what we have, highly correlated stocks, okay? 13 stocks. And then I can look at all highly correlated stocks also somewhere, let's say in the scorecard, and see if there are any convictions for that. Okay, so you see, this is the opposite. You see, this is advanced, it was declining for the entire group, kind of going down. Okay, so if we look at the robot, right? So one of the reason why it's short is because the entire group is going down. Okay, and looks like this one was not moving fast enough, and that's how it was discovered. And within one day, it made 3.2%. Okay, so this is the power of the group analysis. Okay, so you see, this is the power of analyzing where's the group, this is, and where the lost ship. Okay, and that's a good example how to do that. I'm pretty much actually done for today. If you want, I can show you how the pricing works. What you can do is the following. I'll tell you a story about robots. Robots are based on all kinds of engines. We have pattern search engine, real-time patterns, trend prediction engines, and they just trade, okay? You can analyze closed trades at any time. So then you can decide what you can do. So first of all, you can review all closed trades at any time, okay? You can actually, off market hours, you can view open trades and closed trades of any robots, okay? But when there is a market hours, you have to follow one or two or three or any robots. You have three options. And the way it can be done, you have to buy one, two, or three bundles, okay? What it means bundle, you buy kind of opportunity to follow one robot, and then we get $60 as a credit, and that allows you to choose any other engine of your choice. So for instance, let's go here. I'll show you. In the meantime, guys, please prepare any questions. So let's assume you are here, right? And I will unclick everything just to show you how it works. Okay. Okay. So now let's assume I'm selecting one robot. Okay. So I get $60 credit. So that means if it is $90 then you see 90. So now I have $60. Let's assume I like pattern search engine and I like trend prediction engine. I add two products. Okay, and then nothing happens. Why? Because it goes through the credit, right? So we really encourage you to take some other products and use them. Okay, so let's assume you get two bundles robots, and then you got 120. So that means you have to get extra one, two. You see, and it's still the same pricing. Yeah, this one. You see, so you get another $60 of a credit, and that's where you pretty much get quite a lot in these bundles. Okay, so that's how it works. And what you can do always, you can subscribe, try as a free trial, and then trade with paper trades, okay? So let's look at my paper trades. It kind of didn't look lately. See what happens with my paper trades. So as you can see, my average P&L is like annualized return 62%, 7 days on average, I hold the position. You see, I'm pretty good guessing on the long position and not good on 45% on the short position. Okay, so here you're going to be able to discover how you trade, and that really helpful information. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, okay, so then I will wait a little bit and then let me know if you have any. Otherwise, I'm going to close this webcast. Okay. Okay. So there's some questions. What bundles will you recommend for short duration and high probability? Okay. Bundle. So what you do, you really do not select bundle. You just, let's assume you buy one bundle for the robot. Okay. So then what you do is go here, go to the robots, and then look at the day traders and then trailing traders. They are now our most successful traders. What you do is as follows. You look at this one and look at the titles. You see day trader. Day trader is a typically, you see 119% annualized return, right? So you see, this is for day trading. Why it is day trading? You go to inside, look at this parameter to select a robot. Okay, it's for selection of a robot, and I will tell you the product associated with that. Okay, so you see, it's 5 hours for short durations. You see, 5 hours and a really good guessing game. So now, what are these based on? It's based on RTP. What is the RTP? It's a real-time product. I'm sorry, real-time patterns. Okay, so how you look at the real-time patterns? Let me show you. So this is engine which gets, you see, the real-time patterns for stocks and ETFs. So if you trade stock and ETFs in the short term, this is a tool for you and the day trading robots. Okay, so look, what it does, it finds patterns real time. It goes to the market and you do like that, customize, and you see you can select 5 minutes time frame, 50 minutes, 1 day, the same day, and then click save. Okay, but what also you do here, you have to put, let's say, current confidence level for the pattern, let's say 55%. You can adjust. Okay, and then look at them. Then you can select any groups out of here. Okay, so let's say you want penny or non-penny, and then biotechnology, click on click, you see. So let's say you want only banks. Okay, then this pattern, real-time pattern is going to be looking only at banks to find the patterns. Okay, then pattern types, you can say, okay, I kind of like only cup and handle. Select, and I'm going to select, I'm going to find for you only cap and handles real time. Okay, but don't forget to put here a push notification, and then the same thing, push notifications are important for the robots. Okay, then you can save, and then whatever configuration you're gonna have is gonna show you all the patterns. Okay, then you will say, okay, what is the difference between robot and this engine? Engine creates all kinds of patterns. It doesn't analyze, but it gives you an idea where the patterns coming from, how they look like, their description, and everything, right? You see, it's only cap and handle is going to end up finding, okay? But when we look at the robots, we add some other things. You see, for instance, it does look at the real-time patterns. It does, we do add some extra filters. For instance, moving averages indicators and some other proprietary stuff. So it means like kind of very hard to explain, but engines, you can create your own kind of robots if you want to make all the analysis and everything. Okay, but how to customize it, robot? Let's say you click here on the customize, and I ended up in a crypto. Yeah, I'm sorry. But that's okay. In stocks, yeah, you have to look. So you see, it trades only cryptos. In stocks, let's assume I don't want to trade some, let's say, Ethereum, right? So I unclick 9 out of 10, apply, and it's going to be trading 9 instead of 10. Okay. So yeah, I did notice that I'm day trader in the crypto. The same thing, you can look at other day trader crypto. Let's say day trader stocks under $50, day trader stocks under $20. You see it's pretty good annualized return. Let's look inside. Okay, so that means if you want to trade short periods, then that's a good thing for you. You see 1 day on average, okay, and you can look and analyze all the trades. This is a closed trades, this is open trades, and that's the way it works. Okay, any other questions, guys? Nope. Okay. I hope you enjoyed. Don't hesitate to ask our customer support. We're going to always help you. There's a lot of materials. You always can go to our Academy community. Look how our community makes prediction on trends. You can get lesson one-on-one, articles, blogs, videos, webcasts. Everything is here. Discussions, investor clubs. There's quite a lot of good stuff we have, including premium product and the free products. Okay, so if you don't have more questions, I hope you enjoyed this webcast, and good luck with your trading. Bye bye. I'm stopping this.